Hey there! Welcome to Go Natural English. Today we're talking about hair. And as you can see, yes, I recently chopped my long hair into a shoulder length bob. And honestly, I'm still figuring out how I feel about it. I have a little bit of regret, but at the same time, sometimes a woman just wants to have a fresh start with her hair, in life, everything. So we have these moments where it just feels like the right time to cut off those dead ends and maybe a little bit more. But today we're talking about hair because, yes, this is something that you definitely need vocabulary for in real life. This is going to help you if you are intermediate to advanced level English. We will cover some basic vocabulary, but some advanced terms as well. And this is one of those specific topics where you don't realize that you don't know what you don't know until you're sitting in the salon or the barber's chair and you have no idea what to say. So let's get into it. And by the way, if you're new here, hi, I'm Gabby. I'm the founder of Go Natural English. And I'm working on a special project. If you would like to practice your listening and speaking skills more, you can subscribe to my daily Private Fluency Podcast. I'll leave the link in the description as well as the pinned comment, or you can go to gne.supercast.com. All right, so as I mentioned, I recently chopped my hair. So chopped is the past tense of to chop, which means to cut off a large amount of your hair. You know, I don't know what to do about color. Normally, I get highlights for summer to help hide the grays, but now I'm wondering, should I just embrace it? I'm also grateful that gray hair seems to be a little bit more acceptable these days, like aging naturally. And even for young people who don't naturally have gray hair, I started going gray in my 20s, by the way. Like my early 20s, I already had gray hair. Not a lot, but I don't know. I guess I was just lucky or not unlucky, not lucky. But anyway, I'm wondering, should I just embrace it? Same thing with my hair texture. It's wavy or curly. Wavy and curly hair are finally in style because I'll tell you, I'm seeing a lot of people embrace their curls. And I've never really had luck straightening my hair. It always turns frizzy and just unmanageable unless I get a professional blowout. So whenever I go and get my hair done, it's a nice, rare treat to get a blowout because it'll last me for a few days. But for some reason, doing it at home is not the same at all. Okay, let's dig into some more vocabulary. Again, to chop your hair is to cut a lot of hair off quickly. For example, I decided to chop my hair after years of growing it out. It's the same as to cut, but it's a fun verb that you should know. Bob. Bob is not just a name. You might know that Bob is a common name in the United States, but it's also the name of a short haircut, usually around the shoulder length or jaw length. She looks so chic with her new bob. Shoulder length is hair that reaches your shoulders. You might also have chin length, as I mentioned. A pixie cut is a very short haircut, kind of similar to a men's haircut, just a very short amount of hair, like 1 inch. For example, she went bold and got a pixie cut. You know what? When I was younger, I was still a teenager. I decided to cut my own hair into a pixie cut. That was very bold. And I I think it's a great style, but personally will never do it again. You know why? Because my ears stick out. So I need my hair covering my ears, okay? That is very important for me. All right, another term is layers. You can see that this hair is shorter than this hair. So hair cut at different lengths for shape or movement are called layers. So ladies, if you go to the salon, or men with long hair, they might ask you, do you want layers? Layers can make your hair look fuller. Conversely, a blunt cut is hair cut straight across with no layers. A blunt cut gives a clean, sharp look. My hair, given that it's wavy and frizzy, does not do well with a blunt cut, so I will skip that one. I'm sharing a lot of vocabulary with you, and I want to make sure that you're able to use it when you need it. That's why I created a free guide for you that includes all the vocabulary, phrases, and important points from this lesson, and it's free. You can download the PDF guide by clicking on the link in the description or the pinned comment. You'll enter your name and your email address, and I'll send you the guide with all the important vocabulary, phrases, points, examples, and bonus questions to practice with. So this is the best way to keep building on this lesson. And what's best is when you sign up to get your guide for this lesson for free, I will send you future lesson guides also for free. So you don't have to sign up every single lesson. I've got you. A trim is a very small haircut, usually an inch or less, just to maintain the shape, to cut off dead ends, to freshen up. For example, you might say, I just need a trim, not a full haircut. I just want to freshen up. Let me tell you, once I went with a friend who was visiting from Japan to get his hair cut. He was learning English, so I wanted to go with him to help. But the salon, the barber shop, they did both men and women's hair, actually only spoke Spanish. So we were going through 3 different languages to try to get his hair cut, from Japanese to English to Spanish. And I guess that something was lost in translation because he actually wanted to chop his hair off. He had a chin length bob, and he wanted to chop his hair off to just like, well, if he were a woman, we would call it a pixie cut, but since he's a man, we would just call it a haircut. Not quite shaved off, but a pretty short haircut. So I think that the barber understood that he just wanted a trim because, you know, we were trying to motion like this to say, oh, we just want 1 inch. But the barber thought that we only wanted that much cut off, that we just wanted a trim. So she was working, cutting his hair, and then she was like, okay, I'm done. And we looked at his hair in the mirror and said, no, what are you talking about? It's not done. He wants it chopped off. And honestly, the barber was kind of upset because she was like, this is what you told me. And then we were a little upset because we were like, no, that's not what we told you. But at the end of the day, we resolved everything, and she continued with the haircut to chop it off to get it down to the short length that he wanted. It was summertime, it was really hot, and I think he just wanted a really short haircut. Maybe, like me too, he just wanted a fresh start with his hair. So we figured it out, but that was a little bit of a communication issue, lost in translation. But it's a funny story now, even though it was a bit awkward then. Okay, let's talk about hair color vocabulary. Highlights are lighter pieces of hair for dimension. For example, I get highlights every summer, sometimes naturally, but I like to add in some extra. A lot of people like to do this. Lowlights, conversely, are darker strands added for depth. Example, lowlights make the color look more natural. You might know my natural color is kind of a light brown. It's not really blonde, but with highlights in, my hair gets blonder. Grays or gray hair is hair that has lost its pigment. For example, I've started noticing more grays recently. One thing that people like to do usually is cover the grays. Color hair to hide gray strands, signs of aging. Some people color their hair to cover the grays. Roots, these are your roots, the natural hair color growing in. There have been a couple times in my life when I went really, really blonde. You can look back at some old videos and you can see I was extremely very light blonde for a little while. And yeah, my roots would grow in pretty quickly because compared to completely bleach blonde, my natural color is quite a stark contrast. For example, my roots are showing. I need a touch-up. Balayage is a natural-looking hand-painted highlight technique. Balayage grows out really nicely. It makes the ends of your hair look lighter, and it just kind of looks like the sun did it. Okay, my favorite one on this list is go natural. Go natural means to stop coloring or processing your hair. So stop straightening it, stop coloring it. For example, I'm thinking about going natural. So it's a little bit different than this channel. Actually, just to mention the name of this channel, Go Natural English, it's about speaking more naturally, right? Like to be able to express your true self, your true meaning. Okay, next is touch up. A touch up is a small color refresh. I just need a root touch up. A friend of mine tells me that she dyes her hair every 2 weeks. Not all of it, but she has to do a root touch up every 2 weeks. It's a lot of work. So that's something to think about before you start dyeing your hair. What is the upkeep? Upkeep is maintenance. What work do you have to do to keep it looking nice? Now let's talk about hair texture and condition. Wavy hair. I would say my hair is generally wavy. It's not completely straight, but it's not like really curly. It's wavy. So wavy hair is hair with soft bends. My hair is naturally wavy. Curly hair is hair that forms curls or coils. Curly hair needs a lot of moisture. Straight hair. I used to be so jealous of people with naturally straight hair because those of us with curly or wavy hair have to work so hard to keep straight hair. But anyway, straight hair is with no wave or curl. For example, she has naturally straight hair. Frizzy, hair that is dry and puffy. For example, my hair gets frizzy in humidity. Now, let me mention something before we go on. I should have said this way in the beginning, but as I share these words with you, shadow me. Repeat them after me. That's how you can, one, remember them, because as soon as you hear a word and you use it, it's going to get easier to remember. But also, obviously, you can improve your pronunciation with me. Okay, next we have fine hair. Fine hair means thin, individual strands. Fine hair can look flat easily. I have fine hair. Thick hair, on the other hand, is dense, full hair. Thick hair takes longer to dry. That is so true. My hair dries pretty quickly. Dry hair, as a quality of the hair, means hair lacking moisture. For example, my hair feels really dry in winter. The opposite is oily hair, hair that gets greasy or oily quickly. For example, I have to wash my oily hair often. Okay, let's talk about styling and maintenance. A blowout, which I mentioned before. I love getting a professional blowout, or a blow dry. Same thing. It's drying hair with a dryer for a styled look. For example, a blowout makes my hair smooth. To straighten your hair is to use heat to make hair straight. If you have long hair, you might have a hair straightener. So I have one. I haven't used it in a while, but you would use it like that to straighten your hair. For example, I used to straighten my hair every day. Next, we have curl your hair. So even with wavy or curly hair, I still have a curling iron because sometimes it's nice to get those really smooth curls in your hair. So you add curls using a tool called a curling iron. Try saying that because I think the word curl can be difficult for a lot of English learners. For example, I curl my hair for special occasions. Like if I know I'm going to take professional photos or I'm going to a special event, I'll curl my hair. Next, we have air dry. That means to let your hair dry naturally. We can say this about clothing as well. We can air dry clothing after we wash it. To style your hair is to arrange your hair in a specific way. Right now, my hair is styled with the part on my left side. To style your hair, for example, I don't always have time to style my hair. So I just do something kind of basic. An updo is when you have your hair styled up, like in a ponytail or a bun. For example, she wore her hair in an elegant updo. Okay, now I want to hear from you. How would you describe your hair? And do you like it? Do you have some challenges with it? Do you have favorite products that you would recommend that other people try, or favorite methods of styling your hair? So tell us how you would describe your hair. Is it wavy, curly, straight, thick, fine? Do you color it, or are you natural? Are you going natural? Write your answer in the comments and use at least 3 of the words that I shared from today's lesson. And again, if you want to practice speaking English and listening to English every day in a natural, easy way, make sure to join my Fluency podcast at gne.supercast.com. And if you want to learn more vocabulary in another video, I recommend that you watch this one next. If you like this lesson, be sure to leave a comment, let me know, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you again next week. Bye for now.